Welcome everyone to our channel Indori Value Investor. As father of value investing, Benjamin Graham has said, a great company is not a great investment if you pay too much for the stock. We will try to find great companies and see how they are trading compared to their intrinsic value. We hope you find this video helpful in your decision making. Our first pick is Bandhan Bank. Bandhan Bank is a private sector bank and started in year 2015. To understand the company, let's start with the banking industry. How bank works. Mr. X is an individual and every month saving a small portion of his earning for his future. With time he got significant amount accumulated. Now he is facing difficulty to manage cash by himself. He consulted with his friend and deposited his money in the bank. Mr. X will earn interest from the bank and will use services provided by bank like ATM card, checkbook, etc. Bank will loan this money to borrowers and will receive interest from them. The difference between interest received by bank and interest paid by bank is bank's revenue. Interest is major source of income for bank. Bank services are utilized by individuals, small businesses, contractors, corporates, and manufacturers. Apart from deposit, bank can raise its funding through debt instruments which are expensive compared to saving current deposit. Their interest rates are decided based on rating of the debt instrument. So higher the rating, lower the interest rate. Apart from lending money, bank makes money in forex exchange, investments, various services to client, and selling of product like mutual fund and insurance. To check the strength of bank, there are multiple technical ratios, out of which we will refer to three. First of them is net interest margin. It is difference between interest received by bank to interest paid by bank. Higher the number, better the profitability of the bank. Second is bank's funding mix. Current account and saving account (CASA) are low cost funds compared to term deposit and debt. Ratio of CASA to total deposit is measurement for bank's access to low cost funds. Higher the ratio, better for the bank. Third, non-performing asset (NPA). Out of all the loan made by bank, NPA is percentage of default loan. This number should be as low as possible. As shareholder funds are very minor portion of total asset of bank, small part of default from borrowers can wipe out entire shareholder equity. Last is capital adequacy ratio. This is a measurement for bank's capital against the risk-weighted asset. Higher the number, higher bank's capacity to absorb loan default and lower the risk of associated loan. Now let's use this parameter to perform SWOT analysis for the company. First will be strength. Bank have net margin of 8%, which is top in the industry. With CASA ratio of 38.2%, low cost funds are available to bank. NPA for bank is 1.54%. During 2018-19, NPA spiked to 2.04, which was a worrying sign, so we have to be very careful. Bank has good capital adequacy ratio of 25.7%. As bank have highest number of advances to microfinance group, and the good thing is in microfinance group, individual loan size is not substantial. Bank have strong financial strength. Bank has grown asset at 46.91%, deposit with bank growing at 47.41%, out of which CASA is growing by 68.54%. Bank's revenue and profit growth is 64.2% and 82.1% respectively. Despite COVID-19, bank has achieved net margin of 24% in last year against the average profit margin of more than 28%. Now weaknesses. To grow, bank will have to target more customers and will have to lend money to those newly acquired customers. However, bank won't be able to raise all the money from deposits. Hence, bank will have to issue more debt instrument. With issue of debt, bank cost of funding will increase, and to attract borrowers, interest rate and interest received by bank will decrease. This will put pressure on bank's net margin and net interest margin. While growing and reaching the new customer, other market players will offer competition. Also, it is difficult for any company to increase its presence in new areas and win trust of customers. Second, opportunity. Bank have strong presence in eastern part of India and is expected to grow its presence equally across the India. Bank's presence is expected to increase at 18% per year for next 5 years with assumption that no new branches will be opened in eastern region of India. Advances made by bank are concentrated in the emerging entrepreneur businesses. Other segments of industry are largely unexploited. Bank will diversify its advances across all the assets and advances are expected to grow at 15% per year for next 5 years with assumption that no new EEB loan will be granted. Hence, bank have opportunity to grow at 35.7% with increase in the customer base and offering additional product to its customer. With 50% probability of this happening, company will have a growth of 17.85% for next 5 years at least. Next is threat. Biggest threat to a company in financial industry is NPA. It can be triggered by poor quality of loan issued by company, economic risks like market recession, liquidity crunch, interest rate change, or default by large customer. It can only be mitigated by closely monitoring the asset quality of bank. Bank is also diversifying its approach to reduce the risk of NPA. Second threat to bank is competition. A customer have multiple options when it comes to borrowing the money. Multiple banks and NBFC trying to attract the customer. Customer satisfaction is the key to retain the existing customer and attract new accounts. With high asset quality and low cost of funding, bank will have edge over competition. This summarizes our SWOT analysis for banks. Now we need to give numbers to the qualitative analysis we did here and calculate the intrinsic value. First, revenue. Expected growth in bank's asset is 17.85% per year for next 5 years. To be pessimistic, it can be assumed that for year 1, due to COVID-19 pandemic, a degrowth of 5% will be there. Revenue will go by 15% for year 2 and 3, and from year 4 onward, bank will mature and will grow at 6% per year. As the bank will grow, it will be difficult for bank to maintain high net margin. In COVID-19 affected first half of 2021, bank had net margin of 21%. 21% net margin is safe bet. Also in year 1 and 2, additional provisioning of 2.5% against total asset is considered in each year. The resultant net margin for year 1 and 2 will be negative 4% and 5% each. It will protect investment from uncertainty of asset quality. Beta is utilized to calculate risk associated with the investment and to calculate a desired equity risk premium. So if the investment is risky, higher returns are required as compensation and vice versa. In the case of Bandhan Bank, beta is considered at 1.5, which means investment in bank is 50% riskier than average equity investment. For more detailed explanation, please refer to presentation. For the final part, we consider the probability of success for company. This is margin of safety against all the assumption and parameter considered for the calculation. As bank is high growth company and industry had risk of NPA, 80% success probability is assumed. This completes all major variables for calculation, and putting them in the discount cash flow model, we get final result. And conclusion derived from our calculation is, with intrinsic value of INR 349, company is available on 6% premium based on 25th November 2020 trade. The intrinsic value is not definite number and represent a range. Based on risk appetite of individual investor, they will have to calculate the intrinsic value based on future prospect of bank. I would suggest a range of plus minus 5% to 10%. With this, we will end the video. Thank you for watching this video. Please share and subscribe. Please share your suggestion and comments below. Thank you very much.